It is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
It's you liberals who have lifted them up, Howard.
Paul, you conservatives make a mistake. You can't afford to strangle hope in people. Without hope, people become dangerous.
No, Howard. You liberals have let them invade our society. You give them jobs, political jobs.
Paul, you missed the point. It's only the smart ones we move up.
That makes it even worse.
No, we have to move them up. If we leave a smart one in the ghetto, he might develop into a leader against us. But if we raise him up into white society, we neutralize him.
It really boils down to our ability to accept. We don't need pessimism.
What he means by pessimism is resistance. And that's what COINTELPRO was all about, stopping the resistance.
I know you're out there. I can feel you now. I know that you're afraid. You're afraid of us. You're afraid of change.
We hide it in plain sight. One of Plato's greatest works was the allegory of the cave. I feel in order to understand the political matrix, we need only to look into this allegory. We first have to open our minds to the possibility everything is not as it seems, that things we've always known to be truth may be lies. For if we can't perceive the lies we've ingested, we can't see the bars on our mental conditioning. For that is how you walk out of the cave and see the political matrix. Hello, everybody. This is Young Morpheus. I'm here down at the protest. As you guys can hear the noise back there. If you guys have problems with volume and hearing me, let me know. I couldn't find my mics before I came out, so I just wanted to make sure I went out here and did the best I could. So as you guys can hear, there's already a whole lot of noise. I'm not going to be able to go super long because I already saw the parking area where I'm at. It said that there's a curfew imposed at 7 o'clock. So got to be out of here before then, not trying to get in no trouble. I already see some people. I see a lot of people filing in, a lot of people filing out. I see huge Mexican flags. I see some of the half flags where it has half Mexico, half United States. And I see a whole presence of LAPD. So I wanted to say that first, so I know you guys can hear me before I got down here and you guys can get into some of the more crazier stuff. So, all right, I guess we'll go see what we can see. As you guys can hear, you got the helicopter above head. It's going crazy. So let's see what we can get into. And so for the people who always talk about like, oh, it's like LA is like burning down and it's all crazy. This is right next to where the protests are. And look, the buildings behind me look perfectly fine. But this is about to get into a little craziness because we are walking up to one of the main protest areas. So let's see what we got. And if there's time and the noise is not too loud, I'll try to see if I can stop somebody and talk to him, get some interviews. But I'm going to turn the camera a little bit so you guys can see some of what I'm seeing right here. Let's see. So right now I'm just waiting to see if we can get across. See Wesley what's in there. It says, but I did not see a bunch of tear gas and crazy police. Well, we will see. I don't plan on sticking around to that point, but if it gets crazy like that, I just coming down here so I can show you guys really what we see and not necessarily the crap that you see on the news. Senora Monique, I see you there. You said Jason Black is talking crap about Mexicans. No surprise. Let's walk across the street and see what we see over here. Turn it around for you guys. Got the bubbles going. I'm pretty sure it was probably a little bit more busy earlier, but I just wanted to make sure I still got down here at some point. And it looks like it is some people here doing the No Kings protest also. But as people are filing out, people are filing in. So it looks like it's going to be a kind of a fluid situation. People constantly in here throughout the day. So we'll see how this goes. Over here on the side of the wall, we see some of the graffiti. Says, all my homies hate Donald Trump, value human life. So I just wanted to show this real quick so you can see there's plenty of flags showing the American flag and Mexican flag. It's not just a bunch of Mexican flags down here. And here is a cart selling flags also. Now let's walk over and check out this one area. It looks like there is some boarded up doors and stuff that looks like maybe were broken out at some point. Yeah, the honking the horns is support. So show you here, 7-Eleven. Want to talk on camera? Want to talk on camera? You can say whatever. Yeah. Hey, let them know why you're down here. What's going on?
I'm here for my grandpa and my dad. Free them. Get them out of Mexico, come back to the land that they raised me at. That's all I gotta say.
All right, that's what's up. You want to talk? Sure. Okay. Thank you, by the way. Got another sign here. Nice sign. Chinga la migra. See, as you can see, gentleman there, big American flag. Got a couple of people here, photojournalists taking pictures of the police, and a lady dancing around in front of them. I don't know what that's about, but whatever. And I can see probably about let him go by. I've seen probably about 3 or 4 helicopters above head. But I don't know, I guess I'll float down the other way, see what we can see. But it looks like a lot of the people are kind of just floating by, honking their horns in solidarity, showing some support. I know how some of the narratives were talking about, oh, they're running around and it's Gaza protesters and keffiyehs. I see one keffiyeh, that's about it. The dog's showing his support also. Another sign for you. Trump is a racist. There were little pigs on it. Here's an interesting sign. Here, ma'am, can I see your sign? It says Hitler, 1933 to 45, Trump, 2025 on. My grandparents immigrated to the United States from Europe to escape what is now beginning to happen. We're under attack. Would you like to speak? Say a couple of words, ma'am? Okay. Yeah, and for those who couldn't hear, because there is a lot of noise, she's saying that her grandparents came here to escape what Trump is starting to do now. So just wanted to get that on the record, and you can see and hear what people are actually saying here on the ground. Yeah, I mean, but if you have a complacent population, these kind of things can happen very easily, unfortunately. Yeah, true. Most people have to experience something directly before they'll get involved and start to care about it. So, I mean, sad it has to come to that, but hopefully this can be a turning point for people.
The other thing, when I was getting my phone, I was keep my updating of my Verizon. So I found out a lot of people don't even pay attention to the
Yeah, that's true. What she's saying there is she was at the Verizon store and she was working on some stuff with her phone and found out that a lot of people in there weren't even paying attention, don't even know what's going on. Thank you, ma'am. Just wanted to ask you a question. It looks like we got a journalist here. He looks pretty serious. All the cameras and everything. I don't know. Am I even focusing the right way? Let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Right there, gentlemen. Lovely cameras. Exactly. I love that sign. No one is illegal. Stolen land. All right. Respect existence or expect resistance. All righty. Thank you. You got a nice projecting voice. Would you like to say something on camera?
Sure, fuck Donald Trump.
Thank you. Says fuck ICE. Cheers to the queers. Black lives still matter. No kings. All right. Let's see. Yo, Nina's in the side. Let's see what it say. Thanks for doing this, Marcus. I am glad I can do this. I'm close enough, so I'm fortunate enough to be able to do this. I'm just glad you guys can hear me because I couldn't find my mics before I started this. And you guys want to talk on camera? Nope. Okay. All right, I'm trying to head back the other direction and see what we see over there. See if we can get any more people who want to talk. It looks like the direction going toward Little Tokyo, Chinatown, and El Pueblo, they are blocked off by the police. I can see probably easily about 30 police officers. See a gentleman right in front of them with a sign. Oh, see if I can stand it up, let you guys see that. Thank you, yo, Nina. See, it says, God forbid a girl want liberty and justice for all. It looks like I do see some people who are probably pretty experienced in this process. I see a couple of people who have goggles on, a couple who have masks and stuff ready. And I'm not talking about just face coverings. I'm talking about respirators. So looks like some people are ready. I don't know if that's just a preventative measure or if it's something nefarious. I mean, you know, with our show, we always keep it honest and look at all the different angles. So we do know that there are always protesters who are legitimate and honest about what they're doing. And there's always infiltrators who are looking to try to, you know, make a bad name for those protesters. So just wanted to get that out there. I see a camera crew across the street. Oh, no, thank you. And we have a nice young lady. She's walking around offering water.
Yes, because we need to stand strong. We need to drink water to be here.
All right, thank you. It looks like a lot of people are using this as a perfect time to use the LAPD for a nice photo drop. I see photographers getting plenty of pictures. It looks like a mime right now is taking a picture in front of them. So, hey, whatever works. But I wonder if something necessarily, if the LAPD is expecting something, because it seems like their presence is, at least with the vehicles and stuff, has increased a little bit since last I looked over there, unless I just missed that. So I'm going to guess the police are not shutting down the financial district. Yeah, the protest is not as widespread as everybody thinks it is. I mean, a lot of people have this impression that LA is like burning and LA is in collapse and ruins and you need to spend in the National Guard and all that. That's ridiculous. This is something that can be easily handled by police. It's a local issue. And for those people who are trying to make it into more than that, that's politics. Even like I said in a tweet, I said that first day when you had the numbers that were really high, you had 1,000 to like 2,000 people max. We have over 25,000 police officers in this city. They can handle whatever the issue is. Now, can police officers be in every corner every second? No, they can't. But most of the protests are peaceful, and so you don't need any kind of heavy-handed Marine Corps and all that nonsense. Now it looks like we have a large group of people starting to come around right now. I will focus in that direction when they come around, and I'll show you more of the protesters who are, well, not necessarily protesters, I'll say supporters of the protest who are coming by with their flags representing. I just want to focus over there real quick because they're making the protests like it's mainly about Hispanic and Latinos. But what I just noticed is I even see some Asian protesters over. So just showing you, we have more people who are kind of coming in. So you have people coming in, people coming out. So if it even looks like it's partially dying down, it is not dying down. There are plenty of people out and about. All right. That's the yes side. Protesters are now. I can tell you, you say you hope they won't follow the curfew. I can definitely tell you some people won't. And I give them credit because they're willing to stick to their guns. And I ain't mad at them for it. Hey, Liz, hey, babe. Yes, I can definitely smell the state flower. cooking right now. Let me walk a little bit further down. Let's see what's going on down at the other end. Don't go that way? Okay, thanks. This looks like where a lot of the craziness is going on down on the other end. It looks like people are getting pushed out of that area. Yeah. Want to talk on the cam? Or here, next to the cam. I won't show your face. All right. Try it. But it looks like it's pretty active down there. Let's see. I'll lift it up to give you guys a better view. And here's a little bit more. And I think I can see a little bit more stuff on that side. I'm going to creep a little close down, not get too close. Follow the warning I was already given. So creep down there and see what's going on down on this end. Now I'm down on this corner so far from what I can see. I see mounted cops on horseback. And I wonder if this is where more of the more intense parts of the protests are going on. We'll creep down as far as we can go, but I'm not getting all the way down there, of course. And a little bit more graffiti here. I can't hear from here, but it sounds like the police are giving orders to the people over there. So I'm just trying to keep my distance in case it gets a little crazy. But at this point right here, at Civic Center, see what is this? 2nd and Main. The street is completely blocked off there with protesters in the street. And it looks like a pretty strong wave of police officers right there. But it looks like the protesters are allowing through traffic. People were trying to get through. They're moving out of the way to let the cars through. I do not see anybody hitting or, attacking any of the motorists who are going through. I'm not seeing any destruction of property, anything. Look at this beautiful dog. Now, I don't know if you guys can see it, but I'll try to focus up this way. I can see directly across from me where I'm standing. I see 2 helicopters sitting, one that's circling, and I just saw another one go that way. So see about 4 helicopters right in this tiny area. It looks like from what I saw, looks like a 5th helicopter now. One of them I can definitely tell is LAPD. Looks like a couple of the other ones may be news choppers, where they're just kind of sitting. Looks like the police are telling the protesters to clear this area. If you can see, there are cops who are sitting on the front row. There are cops who are mounted on horses. And if you look even behind that, there's a couple of officers who are up on top of the building. That was nice. I was given a mask, and I guess they assumed that there might be a possibility that gas or something will be dispersed, or just a feeling of, maybe casual safety. I'm not sure. Wesley says that seems like a lot of sky traffic. Yeah, watching what's going on. And that's what I'm saying. You have a lot of news. Actually, let me uncoil this because I'm a little twisted around. Hopefully that doesn't make anybody dizzy. Yeah, but it looks like the people are listening for the most part and getting out of the way when police are telling them to move out. Like I said before, I'm watching cars constantly go through, cars are able to make it through. It looks like on the other end where we were at first, it looks like that has kind of died down a little bit, and most of the people are concentrated down to this area. By the fact that I'm seeing more people with more face covering, what I was saying is, by the fact that I see more face coverings and more people offering out face coverings, goggles and things like that, I think there's a possibility people are expecting some kind of a change to happen coming from the police response. So we will see. I'll try to make sure that I can watch as much as I can and stay close, but also try to be safe at the same time and keep my distance. Asking me also throughout the week about the federal response or whatever. Basically, most of the National Guard and stuff like that have been concentrated to mostly the federal buildings. They've just kind of been sent outside. They haven't really been involved in it. Most of the clashes and stuff that you've seen been going on have been with the LAPD. That has been majority of it, and some of it, as you've seen, has been perpetrated and provoked by the LAPD. So keep that in mind for anybody who has their narratives about what's going on out here. I think I'll float down. I'll get a little bit closer, but not too close. Let's see, what did I say? Let's see. Yeah, it looks pretty steady. Doesn't look too crazy out here. Pretty nice and calm. I'm saying, as far as what I'm seeing, I'm not seeing anything crazy from either side, from side of the protesters or side of police officers. But can't speak for what happens in the areas I'm not at or what'll happen later on in the night. What's up, Game.Film? Oh yeah, I'm gonna make sure to reach out to you about setting up something to talk maybe next week if you have the time. But everything looks pretty chill. I gotta make sure to watch my time because I gotta make sure I get back to the car in decent time to get out of here. I don't know if I'll see if I can find a couple more people who would like to speak. Looks like more protesters are pushed up closer towards the police officers. But everything seems like it's staying nice and mellow, nice and peaceful. Yeah. Down that way? Oh, there's more. Here, let me lift up so you can see. Nice gentleman just told me that if you pay attention also, not only it's a row that was in front, there's the mounted cops, there's a couple who are on the rooftop, but there's a whole chunk of cops down this row right here. I'm gonna lift the camera up so you guys can get a better view. There we go. They're starting to try to disperse the crowd. Don't run. So now they're dispersing the crowd. One of the biggest dangers you have to watch out for is a lot of the people possibly trying to trample each other. And there's some of the Gestapo action that you get from LAPD. Gestapo action at its best. Yeah, as you saw, there was completely nothing going on. People were sitting there perfectly fine. They didn't announce move out, anything. They just sent a flashbang really quickly. I'm perfectly fine. But here they are, Gestapo-like, standing on the corner, which they could have easily started trying to get the people out of there.
Get trapped. Get off the fucking block.
It looks like they're trying to kettle tactic. They're on one block, they're on the other block. So it's just a matter of time before one starts to advance forward. I just want to make sure that it is on camera. Anything you want to share?
Fuck, man, we're just trying to do our best to fucking, protest and fucking be out here.
Exactly. This is our legal right to be out and protest.
100%.
And I made sure to put on the back my cap so they can see I'm a vet. And I'm out here supporting the protesters. But I also want to document it because I have a YouTube channel. So I want people to see what's actually going on and not all the narratives that they get online.
Right. Man, I appreciate your support, man. Everybody out here.
I love the flag. I love the flag. Representing all Latino America.
It's only a real flag we should be waving.
Exactly. Representing all the nations.
How we do it.
All righty, brother. Thank you. Uh-huh. All right. God bless you. So on the show, it's kind of thinned out here mostly, but it looks crazy what they're trying to do. They cleared that area out pretty quickly. Let's see, what are you guys saying? Dare you to stay till like, nah. You can dare all you want. I can already tell you I'm failing that dare. And the crazy part about it, I didn't have a choice but to be pushed out, because once they started doing that, everybody, it started to become like a trample effect. Like people were trying to get the hell out of there quickly. And we've already seen before, they have no problem aiming directly at anybody and firing on them. Also, they have no problem with using the horse to trample people. So out of your own safety, I understand people getting the hell out of Dodge. And like I said, I'm trying to make sure I can see what I can see and record, but try to stay at a safe distance. Yeah, that's what I was trying to look to see if we saw infiltrators or anything, but that doesn't even look like that's the problem. It looks like almost LAPD is trying to trigger something, because if you really wanted things to calm down, you would tell people to disperse. They're not telling people to disperse. They're not giving any orders. Just all of a sudden they just fire a bang and then watch people start trampling over each other. So when they say to serve and protect is the last thing that's on these people's minds. And this is something I also wanted to say, because I've seen a lot of people, especially on like Twitter and stuff like that, really talking about, get the police out there. Just know, when it is a cause that people on the right and MAGA care about, the police are going to respond this way to you also. And if you don't have solidarity for protests, regardless of if you agree with the protests or not, when that action is foisted upon you, there will be nobody there to defend you either. So that's not the time to try to do this division and red team, blue team crap. That's time for you to pay attention to when you see authoritarian crackdown and you see fascistic behavior. You need to push back against that, regardless of if it's your party or your side. Let's see. So let's see if I can get anybody else who'd like to speak. Like to say something?
Yeah, sure. ISIS over here breaking communities apart. They say they're coming for criminals, but it's easier for them to just grab workers that are doing yard work or at a car wash or just selling flowers and fruit on the corners. So don't believe it when they tell you that they're catching criminals. I've already know. I know some people that already. I don't know where they are. They're missing, and my family. I'm not gonna say who, but
No. Don't say
they
who.
are. They are. My family is being targeted, and not me. I'm good. That's why I'm using my free speech to be here to speak up for people who can't speak up for themselves. And this is more than just about the immigration issue. Trump is. This is the beginning of a dictatorship. This is what it looks like.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, that's good because I've heard people say, no, this is about law and order and making sure things are safe. And Trump is doing all this because he's trying to make the community safer. Do you feel any safer today than before they started doing all these raids and things?
No, I was supposed to be putting together a concert, and I can't focus on it right now because of I have close loved ones, and this is affecting them.
Yeah.
And so this is all I've been able to think about the past week. I really can't even eat.
I understand. I definitely understand. And what I was trying to say before, I was trying to say that I want people to pay attention to this because even if you don't agree with what people are protesting for, when you start encouraging these state soldiers to go out here and brutalize and pick on people,
Right.
when it becomes a cause that you care about, then who's going to be there to stand up for you? So if you don't stand up for these people, even if you don't support the cause, when it's your turn, it's going to come down. And this is how we end up moving into authoritarian state.
If you don't do anything, and they've already come for everybody, and it wasn't you, and when they come for you, there's nobody going to be left to help you.
Exactly. Thank you, sir.
And I think that we should keep the peace. But I know that there's people that are angry, and I'm not going to tell them how to protest. I just think that if we're peaceful, we're able to be out here spreading the message even longer.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Thank you. So we just had somebody do donuts right there in the middle of the street in front of the cops. So that's what you guys heard that shooting from. So, yeah. 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 They're not playing out here. And it's funny when people try to say that, oh, this is like military tactics. No, it's not. Military doesn't do shit like this. You're not allowed to do this. I'm speaking as a combat vet. I'm telling you, and everybody tells you about how bad Russia and North Korea and all that is. This is worse. Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I just want to be out here and make sure we document this.
Thank you.
Thank you. If you can't hear, the crowd is actually chanting peaceful protest. To let you know that this is peaceful. Although they are trying their best to not make this peaceful. I give all those people who are on that side of the street a lot more credit than I am because I'm not getting over there. Including you have a news crew, which is sitting camped out right there. I'll show you them, which they're smart. They at least have helmets on. Yeah, no riot here. And here, let me show you guys back to that other area. The other area, everybody's backed up. They're backed out and mostly cleared out. But if you ask certain people in the media, they will tell you that this is full on apocalyptic and LA is like in complete dismay. And that is not a fact. Since I've been out here, I haven't even seen a person arrested yet. But looks like LAPD is advancing things, so who knows? Which, I don't know if something is about to happen. I'm just letting you guys know that I can see over there on the police side. I can hear a lot of radio chatter. So I don't know what they got going on. It seems like they're doing a whole lot of communication between themselves, but they're not communicating to the protesters, which looks like that's where some of the issues are coming in. It looks like they're coordinated to do attacks instead of saying, hey, can you guys back up or move or anything like that? So only thing I can discern from that is that they want to cause violence. They want to cause pandemonium. They want to attack people. Yeah, everything is mostly settling down. Most of the protesters, many of them have moved on, headed out, but you just have some of the people who are out here. And all they're doing is just protesting. They're standing here. They're standing at the safe distance, which has been allowed. They're not doing anything aggressive, so make sure I show that one. American flag upside down. And I even took my patch on my bag. I flipped the flag upside down also because we are in a state of distress right now. Would you like to say anything from the camera? I can even keep it this way so they don't have your face. Okay.
It's just been inhumane. It's really upsetting. And now the new bill that they're trying to pass also messes with checks and balances even further. And it's just unjust at this point.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you. Now it looks like police are about to do something, so I'm going to get ready to start moving to a safer vantage point. I see LAPD chopper right above head. Got a little cart that nicked me up on the back of my leg, so I'm like, yeah. Hopefully it's not bleeding. And more police rolling around. And I'll tell you, one thing that blows my mind, the irony how much of the police force that I see out here is Latino. And they don't even have the compassion to try to get their people to disperse. It's just violence. Yeah, you're right. They don't. When they get that badge on, they all just become blue. And I'll try to see if I can get somebody else who might want to speak on camera. Let's see. Excuse me. You're journalist? Independent? Yeah, that's fine. Want to say something? What you've seen out here so far?
What I've seen is a lot of people that got united to go against Donald Trump and all this immigrant situation. It's really awesome to see all the people come together, to protect our own.
All right, appreciate it. Thank you. All right, as you can see, everybody that I've been talking to has not seen any of this like craziness that we keep hearing on the media. You see a lot of solidarity. You see a lot of people who are just trying to speak up for their rights. And there it says, we fought a king in 1775. We fought a dictator in 1945. We will fight whatever the hell this is, 2025.
Keep it peaceful.
You got something that you want to say to the people?
Not really.
I'm live. But anything you want to say? Which I kind of wanted to get him on because he's been one of the people who I've seen who's been leading the chant of peace, 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 peaceful protests. So hopefully we get somebody else who would like to speak. Let's see what else.
Anything like to say on the camera? Anything like to say on the camera?
Yeah.
Sure.
Let's get this guy impeached. How about that? Let's get this tyrant out of the White House. He doesn't belong there. He's a real criminal. Right.
All right, you guys heard it. Thank you, ma'am. Oh, no, thank you. That's one thing I do have to say I'm very impressed about. They've been very, very compassionate to a lot of people around, making sure everybody stays hydrated. Thank God I made sure I came out unprepared. I got plenty of fluids in here. But yes, they are making sure to show a lot of compassion towards each other, giving out water, granola bars, all kind of things to make sure to keep the energy levels up.
Oh.
It really looks like LAPD is coordinating some kind of response right now. So I'm just trying to make sure I'm paying attention and careful so I can move. Good thing it's not as many people as it was on the other side. So even if we do have to disperse, it doesn't look like it should be a trampling kind of situation. So should be able to get out of here carefully. I only got so much longer I can stay to make sure I can get my car out of the parking area. I guess I could talk to you guys a little bit on my way getting out of here. But something going on here. Y'all like to say something on the camera?
What, do you want to say something?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, fuck ICE.
There we go. Anything?
Okay.
You guys heard it here. Fuck ICE is definitely the sentiment of the crowd, and I concur. Now, I do worry about a situation like this. Dude got a young man who's getting very, very animated with the police, and everything is staying peaceful. So hopefully it does not trigger something. Love your son, by the way. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, I wondered the same thing. Possible agent provocateur. Since I know that the curfew is coming up, I know my car is in the garage and I need to get the hell out of there so I'm not stuck in vines and all that. I'm going to start making my way out of here. The sign stand, I just noticed this, but there's even a Juneteenth flag there. You guys want to say anything before on camera? You can say anything, whatever you feel. Nothing? All righty. Said be safe out there. That's the word. Be safe out there. All right, you guys have a good one. So as you guys can see over here, as they act like everything is so chaotic, only probably maybe 50 feet from where the protests are, and there's like literally completely calm and normal. Even when you're right there in the heart of protests, outside of the honking horns and people doing some chants, there's not really any kind of craziness going on. It's just protests. So the whole narrative you guys have been hearing is BS. Don't buy into what the media tells you. Now, some of this stuff here, see some of the broken windows, you can tell that that's probably stuff that happens with the riffraff after the fact. And I wouldn't be surprised how much of that is brought on by provocateurs, people like that. So I just wanted to get out here and show you what's going on, especially since I'm close to it. And here, I'll give you guys one more pan. As you get down the street, it's really super chill once you get away from there. It's not even much traffic going on right now. So I'm gonna head on out. You guys will get to ride with me a little bit. And of course, if you guys have any questions or anything about stuff that I saw while I was out here, pretty much think I got mostly everything on camera pretty well. And of course, tomorrow live stream, we'll talk a little bit more and go in depth, because again, since I don't have my mics, I'm not entirely sure how much or how well you guys can hear me. No. All right. Sorry about that. I guess I lost a little bit. My windows up. I guess I lost a little bit of signal going into the garage there. But as you can see, it's not too crazy or chaotic yet. I can't speak for what I might see later on in the news. Scratched me pretty bad. Somebody banged a cart into the back of my leg at that one part where the flashbangs were at. And you still have more people who are kind of out on the streets. Show you guys a little bit. And so that's some of the people who are still out. You can still see plenty of cars honking. figure I'd show you guys a little bit more as I see stuff going out of here. Doesn't look like a whole lot. I mean, it looks like people are actually getting the hell out of there. So, and there's this one gentleman I see still sitting on the corner. He was one of the ones who were walking down the street. And a little bit more of the downtown. I don't know if you guys could see that or not. It's showing Trump is a fascist. You do see it is pretty tagged up around here, but a lot of it's already tagged. So that's not too out of the ordinary. But I'm making sure I get myself out of here. It's 6:52. The curfew is at 7 o'clock. Which, as you guys can see, like if you look around, there's nothing going on outside of there. I mean, everybody's acting like there's this chaotic situation and LA's being burned down. You see, literally a few blocks away, everything is moving just like normal. Nobody's tripping about anything. This is still within the area that is the so-called, affected area, air quotes. And you don't see anything going on even down to here. Literally everything was basically, let me turn around. Everything was basically in that one area across a couple of streets and like maybe one street over. So we're talking about, not a lot of people, at least not at this point. There were people here earlier, and many of those people earlier were part of the No Kings kind of protests, but more of the raids and ICE immigration protests, most of that stuff has kind of died out. Just like I wanted to show just the difference from where I left to right here. This is still a fashion district where I am. I'm just hitting 7th Street right now. 7th Street is basically the end of the curfew zone. And so right now I've just went out of the curfew zone, and all of this area, I mean, granted, is nothing much going on downtown. Because I wanted to show you guys this also for people who are not from LA. That's right. You can probably hear better. Put the windows down. You don't hear anything. Downtown is not a place where a lot of people just hang out. So the narratives that are being put out are just like nonsensical. I mean, you even have a regular cop right here, and cops are doing something. I guess they're messing with a homeless encampment, but they're completely isolated from those protests and all that. So it shows there are police officers who are doing normal police stuff, having nothing to do with any of the protests that are going on. Now, what you will see down here, which is probably a worse issue, is how dilapidated a lot of downtown is, and the poverty that you see, how a lot of the buildings are run down. And one of these days I'm going to do a ride around so you guys can actually see like what it looks like down here. Like, look, ghost town. Like there's nobody down here. Like there's nobody down here really. So, and Little Tokyo Toy District, that's right. Going back that direction is where a lot of the stuff was blocked off at. So, I just wanted to show that. I guess I don't really have anything else. I need to get home and start getting everything set up for tomorrow's show. And I guess that's about it. Thank you for all tuning in to this live. Sorry for that little break that I had when I was going to go get the car. But I guess that's about it. This is Political Matrix. I'm Marcus Young Morpheus Cage, and we out.
There is discrimination in this world, and slavery and slaughter and starvation. Governments repress their people. Millions are trapped in poverty, while the nation grows rich, and wealth is lavished on armaments everywhere. These are differing evils, but they are the common works of man. They reflect the imperfection of human justice, the inadequacy of human compassion, our lack of sensibility towards the suffering of our fellows. But we can perhaps remember, even if only for a time, those who live with us are our brothers, that they share with us the same short moment of life, that they seek as we do, nothing but the chance to live out their lives in purpose and happiness, winning what satisfaction and fulfillment they can.